Alright, what's going on, y'all? As you can see, I'm in my new dorm for not new dorm. I'm gonna be living in an apartment this year for college, but I'm at orientation, so I really couldn't trade New York today, and I ended up trading Asia. Had the same exact setup. It was in a macro time frame, um, and it was the same exact model that played out, right? Luckily, like I had a setup, and I entered off of that. And we had a pretty good day today. It was low key a swing trade. Um, I held it overnight. I actually had my stop loss set and everything, so don't, there's no need to freak out. Like I had everything set. It was like I think a couple hours, like I think around 4 hours. The trade was in play, but I'll recap it. I'm on my laptop because obviously I don't have my PC. Hopefully y'all can see. Yeah, hopefully I can see. But yeah, today it was like I said, it was a clean setup. And when I was looking at New York as well, on my phone, because like I said, I don't have my PC or laptop, and then orientation, so I basically been everywhere on campus this morning, so I couldn't trade New York either way. But I was just checking in on what price was doing, and it was really clean, honestly. This New York session, and that's because we had a great setup and great price action overnight as well. It was super clean overnight as well. Um, so what happened overnight? Well, let's just first go over the price action that happened overnight. So overnight we were kind of in a discount yesterday. We finished bull. Did we finish bullish? Yeah, we finished bullish yesterday after we swept these lows. We took out so much sell side liquidity here. This was just a 4 hour to have this big of a wick. That's a pretty big sign of being bullish to have a wick off like this on a 4 hour, and that essentially also creates a 4 hour fair value gap here, or not a 4 hour fair value gap, sorry, a 4 hour order block here that I marked out, a 4 hour order block. Um, and then this 2 p.m. candle from yesterday closed above that order block, and like I said, that creates a 4 hour order block, right? But the 4 hour, I mean, wasn't my biggest tell. My biggest tell was the daily, right? Because there's a 4 hour fair value gap here as well. So how are we supposed to know that this was just gonna reverse and inverse this 4 hour fair value gap and then just head higher to make new all time highs? Well, I was looking at the daily, and daily we finished just above this down close candle, and we also finished above these two previous down close candle. What that does, that creates a lot of resistance to the upside. I don't want to call these an order block, more of like a breaker block or a mitigation block, I guess, but or actually more of an order block. Like the daily, also a big thing was the daily, like coming into yesterday or today, I guess, right when market opened for today, which was at 6 p.m. yesterday, when the new daily candle started forming. This was all the way down here. It was right here where I marked out that 4 hour order block, where I marked that 4 hour order block at, and the daily had barely made a wick to the upside. And when we have such high resistance to the upside with these down close candles here on the daily, I'm expecting all of that. What I was looking for on the daily there was, I knew that was all just accumulation and manipulation to the downside and manipulating, taking out sell side on the 4 hour, because we were respecting this 4 hour order block. And then on daily, we had closed bullish yesterday. We had closed above these two previous down close candle and this down close candle, creating an order block. And so when this down close candle here, obviously it's blasted through all time highs, but when this was down here yesterday at like 8, 9, 10 p.m., I knew that this was just accumulating sell side orders for us to finally shoot up higher. And that's exactly what we did, right? So all I did here was I waited for an SMT, which we got an external SMT on the 4 hour, great sign. We go in lower time frame, we get a lower time frame SMT as well. Where is it? Yeah, a lower time frame SMT here as well. On the 5 minute, yeah, on the 5 minute, and then my model just plays out here. I can zoom in a little bit. So 5 minute SMT, what I look for is an SMT, market maker buy model, um, macro, and then unicorn model, right? So 5 minute SMT, in a macro time frame, so before and after each hourly close and opening. So 10:45 in this case to 11:15. My trade I entered here was at 11:15. Um, and then for the unicorn model, we see here a low high, lower low. We get an inverse ride gap, which is even better. And I enter off of that inverse. I've seen I get a lot better fills and entries when I enter off of inverse ride gaps paired with lower time from and external internal and external SMTs, paired with a unicorn model and then an inverse fair value gap. There's no need for you to wait for a retrace back into one of these fair value gaps here, because you most likely won't, because of how strong buying power is already. So might as well just enter off of that inverse fair value gap and then have your stops at that SMT low. Um, so yeah, that was my entry here, and then this 5 minute fair value gap was really like the last confluence I needed for us to head higher. As soon as we inverse this, that's when I went to bed. Like I just put my stops down here, no break even. If I lost that trade, I lost it. I'm sleeping, so there's no way I can do a break even. Well, I could. Maybe I could have taken partials, but I was confident that price was going to reach this 4 hour high here because on a 4 hour, on a higher time frame, on the 4 hour, we were bullish. Daily, we were bullish. 1 hour, I wasn't really looking at the 1 hour. 1 hour, we were slightly bearish, but 15 minute, we were bullish. 5 minute, we were bullish. All the higher time frame, like the most important thing that matters was the 4 hour and daily, we were bullish. And we were at the beginning of the day. And because of that, I already knew that we were going to expand higher to the upside. Maybe I should have held until all-time highs, but I had no idea we were going to shoot up damn near how many points was that today? Around like 300 points today, which is pretty crazy. But even in New York, we had pretty good setups. I had a couple of my members in my Discord win today's trade in the New York session, and I had a setup. I could have taken New York as well. Here we get an inverse for value. No, it was at the first AM macro. Inverse for back up on the 5 minute. 1 minute, we see failure swings to the downside. I see that play out every single time here. Failure swings, we're retesting that 5 minute fair value gap. Inverse for value gap, probably would have entered here, and then held to this high right here. But yeah, I wasn't able to trade today for that. But yeah, pretty good win today. Tomorrow, like, I don't know. I probably will be too busy. Won't be able to trade New York either as well. So yeah, I'll probably come back next week. I'm literally up on this account. There's no reason for me to trade again. Like, I probably don't want to risk it. But yeah, that was the trade week. Hopefully you guys can hear me. There's a loud ass AC here. Hopefully you guys can hear me correctly. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of y'all's day and good luck on Friday.